Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
Uh, got a lot of toy announcements, and not just G.I. Joe stuff. It's G.I. Joe or Yo Joe June, and I thought I misunderstood when how frequently they were going to be doing the announcements. It was they're doing a stream every week. I thought they were doing it every day for 1 week. So
Ah,
I mentioned that on the last episode that we knew that there were going to be new announcements the next day, but turns out they were yesterday because they're doing them
although
once a
in
week.
podcast time, it actually was the next day since we're recording today.
Yeah, pretty much. So we really didn't miss anything. And so probably we'll do another episode at the end of the month to kind of recap, because there's still more stuff to be announced apparently. So I would assume we will do another episode before the end of the month to talk about the last week of Yojo June. Um,
Well, if nothing else, they have to fill in that silhouette of the new Cobra character.
I don't I don't my guess is they aren't going to do it. Hi, Alice. Alice wants to play. She had a tooth out and we have taken balls away from her for 2 weeks. So she is
Ah,
feeling neglected because she hasn't been able to play.
oh, poor Ellis.
I know. Um, I don't think we will see the reveal, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. One of the big things that I wanted to announce was that uh, the Walmart exclusive Night Creeper with the dire armor is shipping. So a lot of people have been that got their pre-orders in have been getting them from Walmart.com, and they've been finding them at retail. When my Walmart did the reset, uh, I don't know where the Joes went. They moved them someplace. They are not in the toy aisle. There's not a spot for them in the toy aisle. I've seen people show that they're in like a standalone like side end cap, and a lot of times they're not in the toy section. And I am not walking through every fucking aisle in my Walmart to look for GI Joe guys.
My Walmart is doing a massive rearranging. So everything except the produce department, the electronics department, and the bakery is now someplace where it didn't used to be, and
That
it's really fucking annoying. It
that would
makes
piss me off.
yeah, it makes finding anything difficult.
Yeah, I
And
can't
of
even
course,
begin to imagine.
well, when I walked to the back of the store where the toy department now is, they actually had more stuff back there than anticipated. So they didn't have any Joe, but like they had most of the Marvel Secret War stuff. So um, I'm gonna guess they were holding stuff back for the reset, but apparently GI Joe was not part of that. I mean, there are empty spaces where I assume the Joes probably
My
might be someday,
yeah,
but it's anyone's guess if they'll actually get anything or not. And more often than not, um, the exclusives I never see them. That doesn't mean that Walmart never gets them. It means
sure.
that I never see
Yeah.
them. And I found the crystal ball out of state when we left for RetroCon last year in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That was the only time I ever saw crystal ball in a store, and I never saw a ghost viper, and I will probably never see the dire creeper.
Uh, on that note, I was going to mention that as of just a couple hours ago, the Night Creeper was in stock at Walmart.com. JD and I both ordered one. It, I got a confirmation on it. Whether or not we get him, I don't know. They canceled my first
Yeah,
order on my crystal ball. I did eventually get it, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And JD mentioned RetroCon. JD and I will both be at RetroCon this year. with Sean Grogan from SG Caper Customs, and one of our also longtime guests, Chad, is going to be there too. I talked to him a couple of nights ago. He said he's gonna, if I'm going, he's gonna be there.
Yeah,
And
Chad, he was supposed to go last year because he goes to that every year, but I think he woke up that morning with a fever.
that's
So
what you were saying.
so I was like, well, that really sucks. And then another guy that goes every year that I never got to meet didn't go last year because of family obligations, and then he died a couple of months later. So William Bruce West, I'm very sorry I never got to meet you.
Yeah. And
And
Dean
because I
Shafer,
didn't realize until we were already going to RetroCon that he wasn't going to be there. And
uh,
then of course the unforeseen happened after. And but it will be nice to go back to RetroCon, and it will be awesome to have you there and have a mini reunion of a forum that we used to
yeah,
run called SEAL Team 6.
because Dean
And
Shafer
this was
there too.
no exaggeration, at least 18 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Dean Schaefer is going to be there. Dean is the one that gave me. Um, Anybody that's followed my work for a long time has seen me take pictures of this Megatron figure every deployment I've ever been on, pretty much since he gave that figure to me. I mean, it's been to Africa, it's been to Ukraine, it's been to South America, it's been to Poland. Dean is going to be there, so I'm bringing that Megatron figure.
Anybody who ever listened to the old version of our audio show back in like, I don't know, 2012 or something, maybe it was earlier than that. Uh, Very first version of our show, um, I Ryan and I were going to do the show and we were going to have Dean on as a guest, but then Brian got deployed like a week early, so
Yeah,
it was the first time I did a. I think Dean was supposed to be our one of our first guests on the show,
that sounds
but
right.
I wound up interviewing him, so he was the first time. So I talked to him the first time I ever did a show without Brian. And then a couple of times we did that because of your deployments. But nowadays, I'm like, Brian's not doing the show. I'm not doing the show.
Yeah,
So, um, it's it's our show, and frankly, I mean, I talk to myself in real life, anyways. I just feel like I'm talking to myself if I was doing even with another guest. I feel like then it's just a conversation,
yeah,
and which is what I like our podcast to be, but
yeah,
I prefer when you're part of the conversation because
yeah. No, I talk to myself too all day long. So I
who doesn't, honestly? Um,
say it's a sign of intelligence, and I'm going to stick with that.
you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Uh, Also, Yojo June. Last week we had mentioned that we had mentioned the announcements. So the pre-orders are up for Dusty with Sandstorm and the Avalanche Rescue figure. The Dusty with Sandstorm is $52.
Well, he's basically the same price point that Mutt and Junkyard were, but with the bump up that's happened in the 2 years since then.
Yeah.
So basically, all of the price levels that they have are the same price levels they had before. It's just with the increase in a few bucks, it really changed what it really because all the figures went up $3
Yeah.
and all of the deluxe figures went up $5.
Yes.
And honestly though, I Dusty is cool, and I always preferred that version of Dusty when I was a kid. But figure wise, but I'm not gonna pay full price for it. I'm going to guess that the stores will get it, and even if it never goes clearance, I can probably get it discounted. Um,
Sure.
I uh, Desert Scorpion was one that I had pre-ordered, and I did not mind paying full price. I loved that figure when I was
Yeah.
a kid, and I love the
Yeah.
update.
Yeah, the
But
update was
the
amazing.
fact is, I watched that go on sale at Walmart before Christmas, which is rare, or right after Christmas. No, it was for Christmas. It went on sale for like $30 and not clearance, just sale, which
Sure.
is at Walmart, it's a dicey whether it's clearanced or not.
Yeah,
But
it really is.
I did watch it go clearance for as low as $18 at no, maybe it was $22 at uh Target. It went on sale, or it they clearanced it at the same time they clearanced the Diver 2 pack,
Yeah,
and uh, I think they both wound up just around $20. So I will, I would like to get this Dusty at some point, but I will absolutely not pay full price for it. I don't.
I'm skipping it completely. I never had that version of the figure at any point in time. I never had it as a kid. I've never had it as an adult collector. I am I just never had any draw to it. I think it's a decent figure. Um, I think it's a decent rendition. I think it's a nice update, but I am not paying $52 for that.
I I like the figure as Dusty, but as I've gotten older, it looks very French Foreign Legion to me, and I wonder if they could have made it a different character. I'm fine they didn't, but he's interesting. I did like the Coyote. He was I liked him in the toy line, but I liked him in the cartoon. There is an interesting accessory that comes with this Dusty. It's like a mask that goes
Yeah,
on with the beret, and it there was a 12-inch version of Dusty somewhere around the year
I remember that.
2002.
Yeah.
There was a that he was on a desert mission. He had shorts, he had a mask on, and then the Pursuit of Cobra Dusty had a mask. And I'm wondering if this is a nod to if at least the Pursuit of Cobra version.
See
It
that?
seems like it.
Yeah, I could see that. They've been pretty good about making small Easter eggs like that here and there, along with adding unique equipment to certain characters that
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised this version of Dusty is getting the classified treatment at all. Um, and and they did it really well. It's more practical looking than the
yeah,
original figure.
I
He's
would agree.
got more tactical gear. I don't um uh Sandstorm looks okay for having reused legs, but really if you look at a Coyote, they've got real super skinny legs. What are they going to do? In order to have articulation with the figure, it's got to look a little bit gawky. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I've seen some people.
Mostly because they made it at all. But
Yeah,
like I said, I want it. I'd like to have it. Fuck no, in full price.
I've seen some people complaining about the sculpting on Sandstorm, and it didn't really bother me at first, but it's one of those things that once somebody points it out, it's hard to unsee. And
I can see that.
yeah, and I wasn't. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of. I don't know what adjective I want to use, but goofy looking and kind of comes to mind. But it's not horrible. But I think you're right. I think it's probably the best they could do with what they had. Um, but I think it just goes to show that, like, especially with some of the other announcements that we've seen recently, that there is literally nothing that is off the table for the classified line. From
Um,
from characters that only appeared in the cartoons to characters that only appeared in certain brands of the comic book to any time in any G.I. Joe line. And I think that's fantastic.
oh yeah. I mean, among the announcements,
Yeah,
we've got
I'm gonna do them all here, so hang
uh,
on just a sec. Um, because I wanted to kind of I actually like did show prep for this, so
there you go.
yeah. Uh, the Avalanche Rescue figure um, is part of the Legacy line, and I am 100% skipping this, not only due to the price point, but because I think this is probably as close to a paramedic figure that we're going to get, and it just absolutely pisses me off. So fuck
Um,
Hasbro. I am not buying it. If this is the best that you can do for a paramedic, go fuck yourselves, Hasbro.
the only other alternative was Lifeline, and you skipped that figure too. So,
Yeah, I did
um,
did not buy that figure either. We'd had Tony on the show, and he's an EMT, and he and I had talked about all the cool shit that they could do with that, and they did zero of it. And
yeah.
I'm
There was very little chance I was going to buy Lifeline anyways. By very little, I mean that little bit of a chance requires that they repaint him in Tiger Force colors because I'm not buying him otherwise. I'm
I
not even buying alternate color schemes. I'm saying if I don't get a Tiger Force Lifeline, I'm not buying Lifeline. But
I can see that. I would be surprised if they don't do Tiger Force
I
Lifeline.
mean, I think they will eventually. I think they will. But honestly, I think if Lifeline, um, I really, if they had given him at least realistic, interesting medical gear and paramedic gear, and he was in the red, he was still in the red uniform, I could see where you might have bought him, but they went so real American hero with it
Yeah.
that they completely updated all of his real American hero accessories. They scaled them up to classified, and that was so underwhelming. There was so
Well,
much more they could have done with his accessories that just having I know we have that fan who's like, well, pick up either you want them accurate or you don't. But Lifeline's one of those cases where I didn't like Lifeline when I was a kid. Between the figure being obnoxious and the character and Sunbow killing the character for
yeah.
me altogether, I wasn't a fan. But then um, all the later versions of Lifeline that came out, I preferred most of those, but they're not iconic. So I
Oh,
get why they weren't the update. But there was a lot of reasons to skip classified Lifeline, and I'm not sure what would have convinced you to buy it, but there's only one way I'm buying it. And I like the Avalanche Rescue guy. I remember last week you texted me, you're like, every time I look at this figure, I hate something else about it. And I think it's a neat figure. I wish it was a named character. I don't something about buying the unnamed characters in the Joe line just doesn't have a lot of appeal for me, but it never did. It didn't in the 12-inch line.
yeah, no, I can.
Didn't. I'm not a big fan of green shirts on the Joe team. I don't. I think I'm okay with extras as long as they're you can, but I don't need unnamed troopers. And the Avalanche Rescue guy,
I hate
even
it.
if I ordered it, it would be like all the other. I've ordered most of the legacy guys and skipped all of them. Wound up canceling my pre-orders and not even some of them on discount I didn't buy. I like the Avalanche guy, but yeah, I
I,
don't know.
yeah,
Maybe.
I don't like it. I know I did one avalanche rescue one time. I
Oh, how'd that
Oh, it's fine. We got the guy out. Turned out it was a friend of my mom's that he worked with my mom, so it was small world. Um, but I know a shit ton of search and rescue guys. Nobody dresses like that. They've got night vision goggles. I'm here to tell you, nobody does avalanche rescue at night. That's just stupid. Everything about this figure is stupid.
I
I
didn't
just
even know. I didn't realize it came with night vision. I mean, not. You know what? Now that you say that, you're right. It does. In the render, they're clearly visible, but I never gave it any thought until you just mentioned it. But
no
yeah,
everything.
you're right. The snow rescue guy is probably not going out with night vision goggles on.
Nah, 100% he's not. When it gets that late at night, we're like, oh, we will prayers and thoughts and prayers. We'll look for you in the morning. I mean,
Um,
that's what we do. I'm sorry, we do not. we do not spend all night looking for your dumbass when you get lost in the mountains at night. We go.
Well, not if there's a chance there's not if there's shitloads of snow, especially not then.
Yeah. So
Um,
everything about this figure is stupid. The fact that like I said, this is probably the closest that we'll get to an actual paramedic, and this is the best they could do. I hate everything about it. I think custom
I wonder what
fodder
Tony
wise,
thinks.
yeah, I think custom fodder wise, I think it's a fantastic figure. Um, I think if I was a 6 inch action figure customizer, I probably would buy it for a custom. Um, but I'm not, and I'm skipping it. And again, the price point is stupid. It's like $45 or something like that, or 42 something.
They're 42.
42.
There's one of those unnamed army guys with the skull paint on the face at Target. I think it's 43. It's been sitting there. They had like five of them, and now it's been down to one, and that one is just swinging on the pegs and has been for like a month. So it's
I
weird. It's like some army builder went in, bought four of them, and said, "All right, I
yeah,
don't need the fifth one," and then nobody else cared.
I've been meaning to pick it up, but I don't I don't go toy hunt anymore, and I thought I had it pre-ordered, but I don't think that I do, and so I never got it. And besides, if honestly, if I want a figure like that, I'm gonna get another Operation Monster Force
I
figure
was about to say,
or a
if
Val.
you're comparing that special forces guy in
Yeah,
the Hasbro line, that's really just kind of generic.
yeah,
And then you look at the more realistically camouflaged figures in the Operation Monster Force line, and considering now they're the same price or without shipping, actually the Hasbro price is like $2 more.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but the generic special forces guy that Hasbro, it's just reused gear and reused parts. Um, in fact, the entire except for the helmet, the headgear, and the vest, the whole rest of it is the same as the Army Desert Trooper that they put out first,
Yeah.
in different colors. But honestly, it's not a very exciting release, especially not at the new advanced deluxe price.
No. So those were the pre-orders that went up for Yojo June. Actually, it's further down my list, but the pre-order, actually, I'll get to that one later because there's that company has another product out that I want to talk about separately anyway. The Yojo June announcements, name only reveals for this week. Um, Drum roll, please. Flash.
Fucking finally, they said he will be out before the end of the year. Good. Um, it's it's sad that at that point he will be the last of the original 13 to be released.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna say in this case, it's a last but not least. Um, and I really, after seeing what they did with Grand Slam, where because what I wanted to see with the 6 inch line was I wanted an accurate version of Flash with the original quilted square pattern on the on the chest armor and the leg and arm pads. And that's exactly what I got. He's another rare case where I did not want Flash and Grand Slam necessarily classifiedized. I wanted them to be accurate and maybe alternate versions later.
sure.
But I really, because the 25th anniversary update of Flash that I had dreamt of was completely dashed when that figure came out. When it didn't have an overlay, it had the chest cut right in the middle
The
of
pet.
the iconic armor.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it wasn't sculpted as well as it had been in 1982. So I was
No,
supremely disappointed
that
with
figure
it.
was not a good figure.
We never got a good flat. We never got a Flash update in the comic packs. Super 7 finally did that with Reaction Plus a few months ago because that Flash is comic book color, then it does fit in well with the Hasbro comic pack of the original, you know, comics run. So it looks great there. But I'm really glad the classified Flash will be Flash. I don't need him updated. I just wanted him in 6-inch scale. And after just seeing the name only reveal, I can't wait to actually see the figure
Yeah,
because
I think this is I have zero interest in it. I loved Flash in the very early comic books, the Marvel run. I thought he was a fantastic character in the early comic books, especially like the first issue. Um, I have beyond that, I didn't start collecting GI Joe until Wave 2, so I never had Flash. Um, I did do a Flash recently, and but I like super updated it. I made it, you know, very updated for like armored, and I went all out. It was not an homage to the original figure. So I have no interest in seeing this other than I am happy that all of the OG fanboys are going to have the original 13 figures now, finally. And man, it took way longer than I thought it would to get
it really did.
the now.
It took an incredibly long time. But like I said, if Grand Slam is anything to go by, it's going to be worth the wait because Grand Slam is in his dark green with the red pads, which means Flash will be in lighter green with orange pads. And as long as that differentiation is still there, I'm gonna call Flash a win. I'm gonna call it a win beforehand. But I swear to God, if he comes out and he's just red instead of orange, he's just gonna look like Grand Slam, and that's gonna be a whole different issue.
Yeah.
But I'm glad for Flash. But if they want to do an updated version later, cool. But yeah, I'm glad we're getting the traditional Flash. What were
Uh,
the other two retro announcements? I don't
so the other name only announcements
know. Or
was
the
retro
yeah.
retro Lieutenant Falcon. So
Ah,
I saw somebody say on Facebook that, well, hopefully third time's a charm. Um,
we
that
can hope.
uh, it's a everybody's kind of guessing, assuming that it's going to come colored as it was in the movie. And quite honestly, the only way that I would buy this figure is if it came with a sound chip that made it sound like Don Johnson. So
That is incredibly unlikely. Um,
I think it is very highly unlikely, however, doable. So Hasbro, hear me out. Lieutenant Falcon with a Don Johnson. I mean, Don Johnson's getting up there in years. He probably needs a little money for retirement. Let's throw the guy a bone and have him read some lines from the movie, and it's doable. I'm just saying it's doable.
I I am of the belief that Falcons. Okay, Falcon's a great character, but I am of the belief that they have not made a good Falcon figure since 1987.
Agreed.
Um, I
The
don't know
DTC
why.
one wasn't too bad,
The
but
what?
the DTC one wasn't too bad, but uh, it wasn't perfect. The 25th anniversary one again wasn't horrible, but it did not
Oh
improve.
yes, it was. It was in that comic two pack with Nemesis Immortal, and it was a wretched half-ass repaint of Duke, but with
I would have gone with disappointing. I didn't think I didn't hate it, but yeah,
well,
it was not good.
hey, not everybody can be right 100% of the time, and this is definitely one of those cases where you are not. Um, but but I'm of the opinion that aside of the original Falcon, they've never made a good one, unless you count the Sideshow 12-inch version, which was really phenomenal. But we're not counting that in this case. It's just a matter of, um, you know what? The Lieutenant Raven figure that came out in the Operation Monster Force line, that's a nice realization of kind of what Sideshow did with
Yeah.
their 12-inch version of Lieutenant Falcon. And then if you look at all the other Hasbro versions, including DTC and 25th, and good God, both of the classified versions. Well, the Night Force version in classified was an improvement because it had a better head sculpt than the first Falcon. Still not good.
No,
So
it's not.
honestly, with Falcon updates, in my opinion, Hasbro's been batting zero. So hopefully, maybe the retro version will change my mind and it'll finally be the Falcon figure that should be, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
I was just gonna say the exact same thing. I'm not gonna hold my breath. The last name only reveal is they're doing a recolor of the Cobra Valkyries.
I'm
Um,
curious what they will recolor it like.
I am too,
Um,
uh, because while I did absolutely love the Cobra Valkyrie figure, I absolutely hated the color that the gear came. It that light tan with the blue body. It just I hated the accessories. The figure was fantastic. Um, this is definitely one that I will probably pick up regardless, because I did like the figure um, originally. And I wish I'd picked up the two pack, but I didn't because JD and I split the pack on that one.
yeah, if this is another Valkyrie in blue, I probably won't get it because like you said, we split the set. I've got one. I kept the one with the yellow straps and gear, and I think I sent you the one with the dark brown or black straps and gear. I don't know, but I if it's just another blue one, I probably won't need it because I don't need the army build it. But if she's a recolor of any kind, um, I might look at it. It is cool that they're putting the Valkyrie back out and giving you the classic card because it'll go well with the retro Cobra Trooper they put out last year.
Yeah.
Although I think they could have done better with that retro Cobra Trooper. This Valkyrie will fit in okay with that.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what they're gonna do. If they're gonna do blue, I could see them doing. I mean, Hasbro's big thing is painting everything red and calling it crimson, whatever. So that's I
Well, they did just do a Crimson Guard, so hopefully they're not doing a Crimson Valkyrie right after.
I don't know.
But
It's like low hanging fruit. Hasbro's all about that. I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, the other thing is that it's going to be some completely off the wall rando color scheme that will either look really cool or will look really stupid. So I am very interested to see what they do with it. Just
me
out of
too.
pure curiosity. So those were the name only reveals. Flash, Lieutenant Falcon, and Valkyrie. Uh, Also part of the announcement was renders. Um, the first one that I have on the list is Rugged Duke. I saw somebody on Facebook call this cologne ad Duke, and now I cannot unsee that.
I don't see it. I don't
I,
see it.
yeah, no, it looks like there's I don't remember where I was. It was someplace highfalutin, and Johnny Depp was doing an ad for a cologne, and it's like Johnny Depp as Duke from that cologne ad, and it's like, yeah, okay, yep, that is,
Wow, what a twisted thought.
yeah,
Um,
like that is totally a cologne ad Duke, and I am not getting cologne ad Duke.
I think it's a nifty figure. I like the update of Duke. I don't he's got a beard. I don't know that I would call him rugged. There was a couple issues of the Skybound G.I. Joe series that I didn't read, but Duke had a mini series at the beginning where at one point he had the long hair, he had a bigger beard, and he was looking rugged, and they didn't go that far with it, but I think it's an okay figure. it looks to me more like it's a bearded version of Resolute Duke,
Yeah.
and in which case he's got the same armor, he's got the same flak vest as the generic special forces guy.
Yeah.
But I wish that he also had knee pads, like armored knee pads of some sort, like the Resolute Duke did. But I don't need the figure, but I think it's a neat update. I would probably get it if I found it on sale, not clearance, but if I found it on sale, I might consider it. I don't really need another Duke. I still like the first classified Duke,
Yeah.
um, because I skipped the retro version. Um, I'm okay with. I don't need it, but it's all right.
I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks nice. I think it does very much is very reminiscent of the Resolute figure, which I do like. So I I'm not planning on picking it up like you if I see it on sale somewhere. Because I'll check Amazon every once in a while to because they'll have decent sales on figures every once in a while. And if I find it on sale there, I might pick it up. But I'm getting to the point, we talked about this on the last show, that I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm just not gonna I stop buying rando crap. If it's not something that 100% that I must have, I'm not gonna buy it just to buy it. Next, I think is one that a lot of people have been waiting for, and I know JD specifically is Iceberg.
Fuck yes, it's about time. He's my favorite Arctic Joe. He was when I was a kid. He still is.
So
I made my own stealthy, um, like Arctic version, a couple of years ago. I avoided doing a version one figure because I figured he's right around the corner. Hasbro's gonna do Iceberg. All right, took 2 years past where I expected them to go. But that's because at the time all they had out was Snow Job, and I never considered that. Nah, they'll get the. And now they have. They've gotten a lot more out there. But this Iceberg looks. I mean, we've just seen a render. But oh man, it looks good.
what do
It's
you think
got.
about the color scheme?
I don't mind the gray instead of like the spearmint green that the original was, because they kept the dark green, like the pine green off the original. Um, so it's still very clearly iceberg.
Yeah,
Just it's desaturated a bit, but they did a really good job. He very clearly reuses the second version of Firefly's legs and boots, but they added a sculpted fur piece above the boots,
uh,
just like the original iceberg. And I'm like, dude, that really solves it. That really, it's a nice update. And they gave him a nice big. It's like a long machine gun. I don't know what it's actually supposed to be, but um I think it's a uh I think it's an acceptable update of his original gun.
okay.
Plus, they gave him a snowboard, which I think is a nod to the 1993 Battle Corps Iceberg. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm all about that. I love that. Because was it the Snow Serpent that came with a snowboard?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad that this Iceberg does too, so that he and the Snow Serpents can chase each other down the slopes. Um, yeah, I'm real happy with this Iceberg.
I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say that we see him on a retro card within the next couple of years in the original colors.
I think you're right. In fact, I hadn't even considered that. I just figured that they toned it down a little bit but you're right. They probably will do a retro colored because honestly, after seeing Grunt and Wild Bill, um, I guess yeah, I guess it's reasonable to think yeah, that in fact, no, not reasonable, obvious. It's obvious now.
Yeah,
Um,
kind of. Yeah,
I
it's
do kind of wish he still came with a backpack because the original Iceberg didn't.
yeah,
I
exactly.
kind of wish that this one did just, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I was just hoping. I was just hoping to see a win. I guess it's just because my winter troops. I always found backpacks for iceberg and wind chill when I was a kid. Because like
Sure.
Blizzard came with one, Sub Zero came with one,
Yeah.
but wind chill came with skis and a machine gun with the Arctic blast. But yeah, he never had a backpack. And iceberg, for whatever reason, in 1986 only included a machine gun. But yeah, I'm real happy with this iceberg. And if they do a retro colored version down the line, he might be one that I would buy a second version of
Yeah.
because
I
I really
did.
do. I
I
really
had
do. Yeah, iceberg. I love that character.
I had most of the Arctic living in Colorado. I had most of the Arctic guys. For some reason, I didn't have Sub-Zero, and I don't know why. Um, I did a custom of him last year, and I had an absolute blast making that figure. That was one of the funnest customs I had made. I gave him a ton of gear, put a lot of time and effort into it. I really love how the custom came out, and it almost made me buy the vintage version for my collection. Um, and I still may just because I really like that figure. But now I really want a classified version of Sub-Zero.
Um, I am curious what they would do with him because he he could be really cool.
Yeah, he had so much gear. I, my opinion, I would, I would go deluxe figure on this one. I would give him all the gear, give him a couple extra things. I mean, he had snowshoes, he had an ammo belt, he had a machine gun, he had a mortar. Give him a backpack with mortar rounds. I mean, just like go all out. I would pay for the deluxe version of Sub-Zero.
Oh, and they just put out that mortar with short fuse in the 2 pack with Steeler. So, ooh, that would be really awesome,
Yeah.
actually.
So I'm hoping that one's at least in the pipeline or on the table. Well, I think nothing is off the table, but I'm hoping that it's in the pipeline at some point.
I hope so too. That would actually be really cool. Sub Zero, Bullhorn,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
Pathfinder. Yeah, I'd really like to see them in classified at some point.
I would too. All three of those are definitely figures that I didn't have Pathfinder as a kid, but again, I made a custom of him last year. I wasn't 100% happy with how it came out, but again, I had fun making it. I had fun updating it. Because that's one of my favorite customs to do is to take some of these figures that really didn't get a decent shake in the Real American Hero line and update them to make them cool figures. And I tried to do that with Pathfinder, and it was okay. The next one on the list that I have is one that I have been waiting for a very long time, and I'm pretty sure it was on my last top 10 list, and that is Toxo Viper.
I'm
For
pretty sure that was on your last wish list. Yeah. I I wasn't waiting for it, but I was eager to see what they would do with it. And man, I'm not disappointed.
Neither am I.
They
Looks
they
fantastic.
improved the colors over the original. Justin, all of the original colors are still there, but they've minimized
Yes, they've toned it down
some
to
of the more exaggerated use of it.
yes,
He's more muted, um, and he's got the same mask with the air filters on it as the original. Like no, the original balaclava had the air filters on it,
yes.
and they did that again, but his face is gray. They took the Toxo zombie from the Eco Warriors line and they brought it to the version 1 Toxo Viper.
Yeah.
So he's got red, like it looks to me like just in the render, it looks to me like he's got like bloodshot eyes and
Yeah.
he's got the gray skin. He's creepy and
Yep.
he's really fucking great.
Yep.
And the original backpack was updated, but it's got like jets of flame that attach to it, like
Flame or
exhaust
chemical.
flames or something,
I
and
think it's
it
chemical.
looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, it looks fantastic. I think it's on par with the Frag Viper, the classified Frag
And
Viper.
you might be right because they did what I hoped. They shrank the helmet down a little bit
Yes.
while keeping the design. It even in the render, you can tell it's not going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
a box sitting on the head like the original was. This is going to be one that again I wasn't waiting for, but I was looking forward to seeing it, and I think I might actually grab this one because while I'm not a fan of the original Toxo Viper, it's always because I looked at him like in the card art and in the Marvel comic, and for some reason they look cooler than the actual toy did. But here the toy matches the leaky suit brigade trooper that
Yeah.
was described on the file card. This guy captures it's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I am a huge fan of anything specialty Viper. I have almost every specialty Viper they have ever made. The only ones I'm missing are some really rare convention exclusive figures. But uh Toxo Viper is one I didn't particularly care for as a kid, but has grown on me over the years growing up. And that head sculpt from the Real American Hero is one of my the balaclava is one of my favorite head sculpts from that line. It was one of the first head sculpts that I painted as a customizer and was like, "Oh, hey, this is not just a regular generic GI Joe head. They put some effort into this." And I absolutely loved that head sculpt. So the fact that they did that and did some really nice paint apps with that. I'm super
Oh,
happy.
so you must be really happy that they kept the same.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
So I'm also hoping this means that we'll see Toxo Viper version 2 at some point too, because that's another one of the figures that has grown on me over the years, mostly because of what the club did with the convention exclusive figures. Those were phenomenal figures.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
that
I have the Toxic Viper version 2 the club did for I actually have that figure. I
I've got a
overpaid, not a whole lot, but I overpaid to a point, but I thought it was worth it because I'm like, that's a really great update of that 1991 Toxic Viper.
Yeah. And then if they do the Toxo Viper version 2, then they have to do the Toxo Zombie. And if they do the Toxo Zombie, they have to do a Zombie Viper.
And they
I'm
have to do a Sludge Viper somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm not the
And
biggest
we
zombie
mustn't
fan.
forget they have to do Cesspool.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah,
which I if
successful.
Cesspool's not in the pipeline somewhere, knowing how much of a fan uh that that Lenny and Tony, the departed Hasbro employees. But okay, they left. They're working for Boss Fight now, but their presence in the GI Joe toy line will still be felt through 2027. And I'm I would I would be shocked and die if neither of those guys managed to get Cesspool into the line. I'm certain he's in there somewhere, and I can't wait to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
And if they did the Toxic Viper version 2, I would probably have a toxic meltdown of my own just out of because the card art was great.
Yeah.
The figure was a little bit stumpy, and he didn't have the cool horns on the helmet,
Yeah.
but the classified version would, and that would be amazing.
Yes. I think they
Um,
did a fantastic job with the version 2. And like I said, I'm not the biggest zombie fan. I think it's a overused trope, but I've made uh a female zombie viper. Yeah, not zombie viper, the Toxo zombie. And I had a lot of fun making that particular figure.
I think you did make a female Toxo zombie and a female zombie viper. I think you
Um,
did.
I don't think I did the female zombie viper. I
That
gotta
shelf behind you, go look, sir. I'm pretty sure you did.
I'm pretty sure I didn't because I would remember the paint. Uh,
You'd think.
yeah, I can see the female Toxo zombie is there. But I had a lot of fun with that figure because it was very garish colors. So it was kind of fun to take those neon colors and make them more uh, tone them
Well,
down.
you made them scarier because you gave them better paint apps.
Yes.
So they
So
were less bright billboard and more gritty 90s
yeah,
neon.
yes.
But yeah, it was like gritty neon. Yeah, it was very cyberpunk-ish.
So
Uh,
I had a lot. That was another custom that I had a lot of fun making. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those. Uh, hopefully in the line at some point in time. The last second, sort of second to the last render that they showed was Mistress Armada, which I thought, wow, what an interesting choice. I think that just proves my point that there is nothing that is off the table for the classified line.
well, she was one I was going to bring up before when you said it's cool that in this line they've given spotlights to things from the cartoons and the comics and different sources and later figures later or different eras of
Nice.
different media. And Mistress Armada was the one that came to mind first because she's a product of the
Is it Devil?
2000 Devil's Due Publishing
Yeah,
version of G.I. Joe. And I don't know if she showed up in the IDW stuff or the Marvel stuff later or even the new stuff. I don't know if she's shown up anywhere there, but she was in the Devil's Due stuff for most of the run, and so it's really amazing to see her get a figure now. Because I remember even back then on the forums and the mailing lists when the Devil's Due Publishing Joe series first debuted, people were wishing for her, and then the new sculpt era,
yeah,
people were wishing for a figure of her. And in the 25th era, people were wishing for a figure of her. And it took until classified before Mistress Armada finally got a figure. But man, what a figure.
yeah. It
They
looks
did amazing shit with her design.
yeah, it looks fantastic. I'm very impressed with this. This
Um,
will be a must-have.
they just they her she's got like the knee the thigh high like armored gauntlets. She's got their arm. I don't. It's like I don't know. It's a little bit like medieval style, and but they've also got the they actually did the color scheme in the traditional Iron Grenadier colors, and oh man, she looks amazing.
Yeah, no, she looks fantastic, and I absolutely love the fact that they went with Iron Grenadier colors. She's gonna fit in really well with Iron Grenadier in the version 2 Destro.
Um, you know what? Speaking of the Iron Grenadier, you know that retro line that Hasbro has. Really shocked that a retro Iron Grenadier in the black leather suit has not been announced for the retro line yet. I thought for sure once we got that amazing updated um, Iron Grenadier in the classified line last year, I thought for sure a more retro styled um, suit would be in the retro. Like I figured that was inbound anytime, and really surprised that it hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I mean, I just the stuff that the retro line to me is very to me it seems like they've got a drunken monkey that's blindfolded throwing darts at a dartboard. And whatever that dart lands on, that's what they make, you know?
um, yeah, some of them have been great updates. Flint was a fucking amazing update. Some of them are unnecessary, like new grunt. You know what? I was looking at the Vamp Mark II with the tan clutch that repaint, and I was like, okay, if they were gonna put Desert Clutch in the classified line, why didn't they use and if they were already going to do a retro carded version of Grunt, why didn't they make him in the desert colors so we had tan clutch and tan grunt just like the vintage line,
I've got an
and
answer.
then this way, and then put put Tan Grunt on a retro card, and then this way it does not feel like it's redundant. It's not a repeat. It's not an almost complete repeat of the Grunt that they put out a few years ago. And it might actually be worth people paying the higher price to get a Grunt that is a desert trooper. This way they could buy those and have more desert original 13 Joes. But no, instead, for the retro Grunt, they gave him the suspenders instead of the
I've got
instead
an,
of the plate carrier. And
I've got an answer for you on that.
what's that?
We're gonna get a second. We will get a second retro carded grunt.
You think they're pushing it out, so we'll get a Tan Grunt eventually. But
Yep. My
yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
my guess
I
is
could see that.
after the Vamp Mark II comes out shortly thereafter, within a year or so, I'll bet we'll get a second retro carded grunt in desert colors.
I could see that because you know what, Tan Grunt doesn't need the Falcon glider, nor do I think that they would put it in the classified line anyways. But I never thought about that, so maybe they will do a Tan Grunt, but not yet. You know, while they're at it, they could do a Tan Stalker and a Tan um um
So while you're thinking of that, my
Flash. I was gonna say, what how cool would a desert version of Flash and Stalker be too?
so my guess is we'll either see a second retro carded grunt, or we will see a two pack with the um
Ah,
Cobra Pilot
ooh,
for the glider,
oh yeah, that would be cool. Because
which
then,
we will then split because you will want the grunt and I will want the Cobra guy.
oh yeah, because I will not need that Cobra. Although, if they're gonna do that, they need to go more traditional. Because if you look at the retro Cobra Trooper, he uses that first Cobra Island Cobra Trooper figure. It's
Yeah,
not very retro looking. Just giving him the suspenders didn't make it very retro.
no,
But whatever they do with it, you're right. That is a 2 pack. We will absolutely be pre-ordering and splitting.
yeah.
You will be getting the Cobra. I will be getting the Joe because I do not need more troopers, and you have no use for Grunt.
Uh,
And I'm happy to have all the grunts as long as they're not redundant grunts. Um,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The last it they didn't show the full render, so it was just a silhouette, and it's a new character, and it looks pretty interesting, and it's a Cobra, and the name is Synapse. And
yeah, I like that code name.
yeah,
I want to know what it refers to, and I really want to know what that long accessory with the 5 springy whatever they are, because that has the potential to be like just the implement of whatever that is with the spikes that are splayed out. That's a little bit scary, and I'm imagining it to be like a piece of metal, like a torture device or something. I don't know, but I am looking forward to seeing that that silhouette filled in because I
yep,
would like I love when they put new characters in the line,
yeah.
and that uh I like that name. That silhouette is imposing. I really hope that it's just another scare, that it's a new scary looking Cobra, because you can't get enough scary looking Cobras.
So my guess is I just got the email 2 days ago saying that my overkill is processing through Big Bad.
Ah,
So I'm wondering if it's some sort of bat related cyborg kind of guy.
interesting.
That's my prediction. Either that or it's something to do with the Energon toy line. We'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could be way off on both of those. I have no idea. Nobody does. We'll see what they come up with. But I'm all about new Cobra figures. So yeah, Let's see what they come up with. I don't think we will see any more about that particular figure for Yojo June. That is also a prediction. I think we're going to have to wait a while. They're going to keep us in suspense on this one for a while, I think.
You think they'll wait until San Diego Comic Con to reveal the look of him?
Yeah, I mean they have to have stuff for San Diego Comic-Con to reveal. And they're doing four reveals this month. They have to have something to show at San Diego Comic-Con. I think they will do a full reveal next month at San Diego Comic-Con. That's my
I
prediction.
was expecting next year or next week for the last live stream
I don't
that
think
they might show us the full render, but you're right. They could just say, "Nope, we're gonna keep the mystery, and we'll show them at Comic Con."
this
Um,
to me this one screams we're playing this one close to the vest until a later announcement. And San Diego
that
Comic
might that would be cool. I don't mind waiting to see what the
San Diego Comic-Con well no, because New York Comic-Con's the first of the year, isn't it?
no that's I think it's in October.
Okay, so I can never remember which ones. There's a big one in February, I think.
Oh, Toy Fair.
Toy Fair, thank you. Okay, so I think it will either be at San Diego Comic-Con or they'll do it at New York Comic-Con. I think we will see something this year about the particular figure, but not till later. I don't
Well, Comic Con, they're probably also saving the Laura Croft Tomb Raider announcement for that because
yeah,
if you look at the list that Full Force has posted, one of the New York Comic Con figures is supposed to be Tomb Raider related, I think.
that doesn't
So they'll probably, I'm sure they'll show us all that at San Diego Comic Con. I'm real curious about that.
as am I. So those were all the Yojo June announcements for this week. Um sort of. Let's talk about a different toy company for a minute. The Reaction Plus Joe's, the latest wave is, I can't tell. It looks like it's up for pre-order. I know it's up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. I can't tell if it's in stock at Super 7 or if it's pre-order through them. It's four figures. Uh, a Viper Trooper, which looks interesting because it's a brand new head sculpt. Uh,
Oh, the Viper Gunner.
yeah.
That was what the pack-in figure with that crowd-funded Cobra mothership was going to
Oh,
include.
right. Yeah.
So basically, that was the first new mold created by Super 7 for the Reaction Plus line.
Yeah.
And so they found a way to finally get him into the line since the mothership didn't happen. And I thought that was really cool. I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about that, but it's
Yeah.
cool they got it in the line anyways.
Deep Six from the comic book, Lady J without a hat, and another Zartan figure. I didn't know this until today because I was looking at Super Seven's website. The Zartan has a color change feature.
I wonder if it works. Um,
If I Who knows? I mean, they showed two different pictures, and one says this is the figure, and this is with the color change feature.
well, no, I know, but they because the Cold Slither version I think was supposed to change color, but I don't know if it does. I never saw a picture of it if it does. And I remember the 5 point of articulation Zartan was supposed to turn colors, and we tried it on this show,
Yeah,
and I couldn't get the color change feature to
I
work at
forgot.
all.
Yeah, I forgot
Um,
about that.
so, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think I read the Cold Slither figure was supposed to change color too, but I don't know if it does.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't pick that one up. I,
what Cold Slither?
yeah,
Yeah, you did. You bought it while you were here because you were shocked. I left it there. So I'm like, Cold Slither.
I don't remember picking
You
that one.
bought it. Yeah, you totally bought it here. Um,
Huh. I think I bought
um,
maybe hoping that they would do the rest of the band, but I don't know. I I'm hoping that they'll do the rest of the band and the rest of Cold Slither in the Reaction Plus line, but we'll see. I am picking up the Deep Six. Um, that particular issue of GI Joe was one I remember reading all the time when I was a kid. It's one of the reasons the Shark is such an awesome vehicle.
Fuck no, it's not. Um, fuck no, it's not. The Sharks, even in that issue, look, that issue did its best to show that no, really, it doesn't. It's not garbage. It's not. It's really okay. It actually is, but that issue did its best to prove otherwise. It almost succeeded, but
Oh no, it's yeah,
not exactly.
yeah, no, it's fantastic. I am looking forward to the classified Deep Six. That
The
thing,
best thing about classified Deep Six is he's got a big ass suit and no shark. Um,
I can't wait for them to make the shark that he fits into. It will be
they
amazing.
never do.
It will be
Um,
fantastic, and I will have one. Um, so I am getting the Deep Six, and I am getting the Viper. Um, from Reaction Plus. The other thing that went up for pre-order today
I,
from Super 7, which was something that they had announced, I think, at Toy Fair, and then just kind of fell off the radar, are two figures from the Visionary line.
oh yeah, I saw those today. I wondered, you gonna buy those?
I am all in on the Visionaries. That was a line I did not collect as a kid. I saw them. I thought they were really cool, but it was like I could either get a Visionary guy or I could get the new whatever cool GI Joe figure was out. So GI Joe always won over that. Um, I
When I was a kid, one of my friends had a visionary figure. I was absolutely fascinated by the fact that it was an oversized, it was a 5 inch tall
Yeah,
figure, but it was the same articulation and
yeah,
the exact same engineering of the little Joes.
yeah,
And the cops versus Crooks line was the same way. And I
yeah,
was fascinated that they completely translated everything I loved about the Little Joes into this larger format for these other toy lines that I never got any of. But I was I the Visionaries wasn't, like I said, I didn't buy them, but that was also in that period where my parents were on that satanic panic kick.
right.
So I don't know if Visionaries was on the list of stuff that I was supposed to stay away from. But when I look at stuff about it now, I'm like, yeah, probably. I think it was probably included in that list of shit that was evil and I was supposed to avoid it or I'd go to hell. I did not avoid it later in life, and I probably am going to hell, but that's all right. All the coolest people go to hell.
Yeah.
So,
So I went down a rabbit hole of 80s properties, um, uh, like cool 80s properties. Where are they now kind of thing on YouTube. I don't know, a few months ago, and Visionaries was on that list. And it was, I never watched the cartoon. There was a comic book to go along with it. Um,
really? Okay. I didn't know there was a cartoon either, but
yeah, and then the cartoon looked like it was pretty good, but it was one of those ones where they didn't time everything perfectly. Plus, they had to fight for shelf space against Masters of the Universe and GI Joe and Transformers and all the other big properties that already had a good foothold in there. So it's one of those ones that was really innovative for what it was, which the whole premise is that there's this planet that's basically at war and suddenly technology stops working.
oh, no shit. All right. That's cool.
So yeah, so all the technology's gone. So
Oh,
then magic comes back. So they have all of this like armor and like fancy flying ships and ground equipment that they're able to imbue with magic. And
that's fucking cool. I knew none of this, so
yeah, no,
that's
I didn't either. And it's like, okay, that sounds like a really cool premise. And apparently the cartoon was fairly dark, and it was, it's probably one of the reasons it didn't.
that's probably on YouTube. You could probably find it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna have to look for it. But it sounds, I'm like, man, I'm kind of sad that I missed this as a kid. And then they announced that Super 7 was going to do a Reaction Plus line with Visionaries. They have not said how how deep they're planning on going with the line.
They started with two people,
They,
and judging by the names, I'm gonna guess one is the lead good guy and one is the lead bad guy because I
yep,
think the bad guy's name is Darkheart or something. And
yep. No,
I'm
it's
gonna guess that one of the heroes probably not does not go by the nickname of Darkheart.
you are correct. They because I did recognize the names, and it is the leader of the good guys and the leader of the bad guys. So I'm hoping that they continue the line. The toy line um did not last very long. I think there was maybe two waves. I would have to double check on that. And I think there were some characters in the cartoon that didn't get figures. So that is always for those really diehard fans, that is always one of the one of the like hopes and dreams is that like this character that I loved from my childhood finally gets an action figure. So I'm hoping that this line does well enough to
If people buy them, they
yeah.
will because look at what they're doing with Micronauts.
Yep.
Every so often, they put out two or three more, like a wave of two or three more Micronauts, and they're not. There's a couple repaints, like the time traveler guy, who I'm fascinated by that character and all of its color schemes, but most of them are not. They're like crazy, outlandish, like sci-fi robots, and so they're not. They're not relying on repaints in the Micronauts line, and those keep coming out. So I'm gonna guess if these first two visionaries sell, they're probably gonna do two or three at a time after that until they don't sell anymore. But I hope for the sake of the fans like you, I hope they do go well into it so you could just have a whole lineup because you didn't have them as a kid.
Oh,
And but it'd be cool if people could realize that now, and especially at the smaller scale, so
yeah.
they can mix it with their Joes.
Yeah, no, it's to me it's a perfect mashup. It's like they've scaled them down so they will fit with your Joes now. And I think they could have fit pretty well with the Joes. They were bigger, like you said, but I think the fact that they were armored, the higher scale didn't really take them out of as a scale whore. I would have made that work as a kid.
Um, yeah, that's kind of like how now with the McFarlane DC figures, I can only buy ones that could technically be larger than the 6-inch scale because otherwise they're freaky. So
And that's
I'm
I absolutely
yeah, but I wasn't like
not,
that when I was a kid.
yeah.
I was just like I said, I never had a visionary, but I remember this guy had red armor. I don't know who it was, but he
I
had red armor, and I just remember staring at it. Oh, plus they had those the
apologize.
holographic or the what were they heat sensitive something
Yeah,
on
they're
the chat,
I
and
don't
I just
know
remember
if they
staring at the figure saying, "Dude, this guy is awesome."
yeah.
And then I never had any of them.
Yeah.
But
No, I think I think they'll scale well. I think they'll be a fun addition. I hope that they do well. I am looking forward to I've already pre-ordered the two. I'm looking
I
for
hope they do well enough that the red armored guy comes out, and then I will buy him just for the satisfaction of having that figure in my hand again, even if it's a small, tiny version. Because
absolutely.
yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna guess he was a big character. I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
the red armor was pretty sharp.
We should see if we can find a visionaries expert to have on the show like we did with Mask.
Okay, well, we had Marcus on because you knew he was Masters of the Universe, so there was our expert. And then you knew, and then we both knew that Troy liked Mask. We didn't realize the extent that
Oh,
Troy liked
I
Mask,
knew.
but
Oh, I knew he was.
okay, but I didn't. And
Yeah,
Troy sold me on Mask, and I became a fan. So if we could have a Visionaries fan on, they could sell me on Visionaries, then I could get excited about the Reaction Plus line too. But
yeah. So I would
I don't
very
know.
much like to have
I
a
don't know
visionary.
if I know any experts on
Don't
Visionaries.
I
This
don't know.
should be a question that the Facebook page of Go Figure Customs should probably put out there because you have a large reach and um, you, we could probably get somebody out of the woodwork. Like, you know, I've got a certificate in visionary um,
Lore.
expertise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mary lore. And it's funny you mentioned Marcus in Masters of the Universe because he is also the resident expert on Micronauts.
is he? I did not realize that.
Uh,
Micronauts were one
Micronauts,
of those things that I knew about years later because
yeah,
of the internet, but
and
I
I think it
didn't.
was bigger overseas than it was here too.
And it well predated me too.
Yeah,
No, I take that back. There was a comic when I was a kid, but I didn't know what
the
it
comic
was.
lasted quite a long time actually.
But I know the toys predated me. But I don't. But I don't know anything about. I just know that every time Super Seven puts out a new wave of those um uh that line, I'm just looking and I'm like, just like the Micronauts. I'm like, dude, whoever created this line, there are some crazy designs.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
really
really weird.
it's really interesting, and I'm going to guess that there's like a deep mythos behind it that I don't know anything about, but
Yeah,
it's kind of cool just to look at out of context.
yeah, we should probably have Marcus back on and do a Micronauts
You know,
episode.
a Micronauts episode, that's
Yeah.
fine. Um,
The another like I said, there's a shit ton of toy announcements that either got glanced over after last show or just a bunch of stuff got announced this last week. The Loyal Subjects Mask Wave 2 has finally they put a date for the pre-orders going live. That will be July 7th, and that will include the Hurricane, the Gator, Piranha, and the Jackhammer. I have not seen price points on those. I would assume that they will be comparable to Wave 1 prices, meaning that
Jackhammer,
Ford,
that's the truck, right? With the
no, it's the Ford Bronco.
no,
Ford Jackhammer is the Ford Bronco. Firecracker is the truck.
yeah, no. I mean, hang on. The thing that oh god, what is his name?
Cliff
That
Dagger.
dreadnought looking guy with the eye patch. I can't remember his name right now.
Cliff Dagger.
Cliff Dagger. Yeah. Wait, which one does he drive? Yeah, he.
He
That's the one
drives-
I'm talking about. That's the jacket.
It's not a truck. That's a Ford Bronco. There's a truck that's orange that's driven by Hondo McLean, and that's called the Firecracker.
All right. I mean, it looks like a truck with like a bed cover on it.
You and I have a very different definition of what a truck is, apparently.
You know what? You lived in Colorado. I didn't. You probably are more qualified to identify. You know who's really qualified to identify trucks? My son. I've learned things about like big rig trucks
Yeah.
and like different cabs things, and I'm like, I
You
don't know any of this. I've learned it from him.
You go,
So
you see Blake, you tell him that you call the Ford Bronco a truck, and I will hear his eyes roll from here.
yes, you probably will, and I will tell him because now I'm curious because I
I
swear to
he's
God, in my
will
head,
shake his head and
it's
he
like a
will try
truck
and walk away.
with the cab cover or with the bed cover on it.
Sort of. That's if a blind
You
man
know, I'm pretty
described,
sure we're saying the same thing with different words.
yeah, I think if a blind man described a Ford Bronco, that would not be a completely inappropriate description, but no,
All
it's
right, I'm good. I'm going to tell my son about this, and I will let you know his reaction because
yeah,
if he does the epic eye roll, you will hear it because
yeah.
you know he does the epic eye roll at me and about me all the, and I can't get mad because I'm like, dude, my genes passed the epic eye roll down to him. I always used to get in trouble for rolling my eyes, so
Yeah.
I can't get mad at him. I'm like, it's annoying and
Yep.
it's endearing at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, Wave 2 finally announced. Again, I don't know price points. They have not announced a release date. My understanding was that they took these back to um took the vehicles back to line to address QC issues.
Okay.
So
Um,
we shall see if the mine my vehicles, the ones I got, were what I expected them to be. They were not these mystical, magical things that were 100% better than the originals. They were on par with the originals. They did everything the originals did. The ones that I had as a kid or played with as a kid, it was like holding that one all over again.
and it seems like you are the only person that is not annoyed about that.
Yeah, I like the
I think
doors.
you are the only person that actually appreciated
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it to me it's like, yeah, okay, they are
Yeah, there
kind of
was a lot
expensive.
of bitching about that line.
Yeah. So, I will be interested to see again price points and release dates when those become available. We will mention that on the show.
Um, I I
So,
I did look at the link the other day. I'm so late to mask that some of it I'm still trying to compartmentalize. Some of it I have committed to memory, and some of it is still I'm still working on it. But I still would love to find the original DC miniseries comic books, but dude, I can't find those. They can't find them reasonably priced on the secondary market or on eBay. And like the comic like stores around here, even the ones I've seen at the conventions, they don't have them. So I'm like, man, they're I would love to read that someday, but they were never collected.
oh,
Back issues are hard to get a hold of.
yep.
So I'm like, man, you know what? Even if I could find like a website where you could read old comics, just the whole thing, I would be happy to read them that way. I just because I
I
would
have to see
just
if
like
they're
to
on,
read them.
I'll have to
Um,
see if they're on Comixology. That's the app that Jimbo suggested, but which we still need to get Jimbo on the show. Um, but
I trying, but it's difficult to pin down.
I know. You know, if you ever come back out some sometime, we'll have to try and get together with Troy because he lives like 2 hours north of here. So maybe that will be the opportunity is if we can hook up with Troy. Um, so let's see. Yeah, wave two of the mask vehicles pre-order goes up July 7th. Um,
And you're going to pre-order all those, right?
yeah, probably. I haven't just I Yep, yeah, probably. I said I would support the line. I didn't have any of these vehicles in this wave two as a kid, and I really wanted all of them. So it's gonna be really hard for me to pass up wave two. Um, I got an email today saying Operation Monster Force Season 3 is processing. So that should be shipping. Those should be shipping soon. I saw in the Facebook groups that um, pretty much everybody that pre-ordered the set of six got their announcement as well. So we will be um, unboxing those when those get released on the show. Uh,
In big bad toy store terms, processing means we're taking the money out right now. We will ship it in the very near future. But
Usually 1 to 2
uh,
weeks.
yeah, so it's so that'll be interesting because they have a couple of cool looking characters in this that I'm looking forward to seeing what your thoughts on.
I'm really looking forward to wave three, I think, or season three as they're calling it. Um, this is by far my new favorite toy line. So the fact that we're getting new figures soon, I am very much looking forward to. Um, and kind of the last toy announcement that I have, and I'm going to do a quick review, and then JD's going to do an unboxing, and then I'm going to do an unboxing. Um, is the Valaverse the black figures are available. The There are five figures if you count the convention exclusive. I have the convention exclusive right here. I think we did a review of him on the show already.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That's the black. That was the one, the convention exclusive. I got him a gridiron gun. He needed a new weapon. Um, this was the one that sold me on the line initially. This is Blackbeard, and I think it is just a phenomenally awesome figure. I
Oh, this is the guy with the Navy SEAL pins on his
yeah,
vest, right?
yeah. So he's a former Navy SEAL. The Navy SEAL pins are from all of his fallen comrades. So I love the homage to how pirates used to have the like rows of flintlock pistols on their
Oh, fuck
chest.
yeah.
So they did that. He's got four pistols on his chest. So I love that kind of nod to the flintlock pistol
Dude,
collection.
he's ready for some John Wick level
Yeah,
uh
absolutely.
gunfights.
He's got a tattoo sleeve. He's got the same shotgun the black came with. Um,
That's a
removable,
badass shotgun.
yeah, removable knife, and then the same machete as well. He's got a soft goods cloak that has a wire in it. Um, so it's removable. I think
I
all around
want
a
I
fantastic.
want to see pictures of that cloak around around Desert Scorpion. I'm just curious like
So
um
that is Blackbeard. The other,
he's cool looking. Wait, can I see the head sculpt again? The face. And he's scary looking.
yeah, he is. I
Like he's like in the don't fuck with me sort of way.
yeah. So that
Um
is the
I'm
other.
gonna guess he's the last surviving member
Uh,
of his
no,
the teams.
no. This is also one of his guys.
Oh, okay. Another survivor. Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole backstory that I don't have all the information on. What there's some like mystical thing that happened that these guys got caught up in while they were deployed. So it's very Operation Monster Force kind of thing. So I really, if it's like monsters and Navy SEALs, that's like all up my lane. So I'm like, this is totally my cup of tea. So this is Vane is the name of the character. It's got a pistol that's removable. There's a compensator that goes on the pistol separately. Two
What's a
removable.
compensator?
Uh, Google it.
Oh, okay.
Um, two removable knives. He's got a removable grenade launcher in a pouch on his back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean it's like they're the
Oh
weapon.
shit.
Yeah, he's got a nice M4. Um, pouches on the front that hold the magazines that are removable. It's got a schmog. Again, the weapon is fantastic. Um, he's got the grenade sculpt for the grenade launcher sculpted to his leg.
Oh sweet.
Yeah, no, the figures, it looks really basic, kind of, but the more you look at it, it's like all these little hidden details. He's got like cowboy boots that are,
You're right. Because when you sent me the pictures the other day, I'm like, I'm like, it looks like a nice sculpt, but it doesn't have a lot going on with it. But you're right. As I see it from different angles, I'm like, you're right. There's a lot of detail that you
yeah,
don't see without really looking at it.
yeah.
Um,
So
that's really cool.
those are the two named characters. There's two unnamed characters that are called Corsairs, that are kind of generic. They look like VBSS seals. Um, I didn't, I wanted to get these figures in hand before I got one of the Corsairs. There's two versions. I think one is like African skin tone and one is like Caucasian skin tone. I think that's the only difference between the two versions. So I was just going to get one if I liked these guys. And I really like these guys. So I'm going to pre-order one of the Corsairs as well. Currently, those are the only figures in the line. However, I have seen prototypes of a like night landing raft for them.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So when
Oh shit. And Hasbro hasn't done anything even close,
no,
despite the fact that people have I've seen it on a lot of wish lists. It seems like a set that they could have and should have done. And it sucks they didn't, but well, that'll help move some more Valaverse ones. I mean, the Valaverse one is probably going to be more realistic
yes.
than than uh uh than the proverbial version that Hasbro could make, but that would also be cool if you had both later. But
Yeah. So
that is
also another point about these particular figures, 28 bucks a piece.
shit.
Yeah.
So the same price basically as your Joes now.
So they are
Wow.
higher quality than Hasbro. The paint apps are way better. The weapons are 100% better.
I was gonna say the weapons, even with having fewer quantity wise,
Oh,
just looking at the stuff you've showed me and the pictures I've seen online, the weapons are so much better.
there's the alternate head sculpt
Oh, sweet.
for
Yeah.
Blackbeard, and there is the alternate head sculpt for Vane. So they came with two heads and then a full set of hands as well. And the hands have already gone into the fuck it bucket.
So, yeah, weapons
So
wise, if nothing else, you don't have to replace you don't have to rearm and replace the weapons that the Valaverse figures come with. You
ah
do with a well, not with all of them,
no,
but not with the majority, and
I
not
don't
with the
have to
ones you.
replace them. I am I don't have to replace them. I'm giving them additional weapons.
Right, that's what I mean. But you're not rearming them the way
No,
you have to with some of the Hasbro stuff, where
exactly.
you end up with that shitty gun from Dusty again. You
Yeah.
know, I just had to laugh that Dusty version 2 with the beret doesn't have a repaint of that same fucking Dusty gun, because it does have the stalker gun, which is a lot closer to the design that the 1991 of the machine guns the 1991 figure had, but it's outdated.
Yeah.
But it's still better than that shit bullpup rifle scope. So I'm like, finally, they stopped repacking it, at least for now.
For now, it'll come with something else. I think I saw something that was coming with it, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?" I don't remember who, but
I'm no expert on firearms, nothing like that. I don't even get real hung up on the details of them. But when they're shitty and they're repeatedly used by Hasbro, it becomes absolutely maddening to me, because I'm like, the people who do get hung up on this stuff, they must really be going out of their minds if it's bugging me that much.
so that was just a quick mini review of the Valaverse Black figures. I would have done an unboxing, but I really wanted to tear into these guys because they looked super cool.
Well, and we didn't know when we were going to do an episode. You don't want to wait.
And then didn't you have something to unbox?
Two things.
Two things.
Yeah, give me a couple minutes. I gotta pee.
Let me pause it.
Um, and I gotta move to the.
All right. Yeah, JD's got a couple things to unbox, and then I've got a figure to unbox myself.
um, what I'm not unboxing, but I will show off my hidden Legends of the Hidden Force Kickstarter rewards. Shipped today, or no, they shipped last week. I got them today. They're like unofficial Ninja Force Ninja Commandos figures. That's what they were inspired by. That's what they were
Okay.
based on. And so here's
I don't
basically the guy who was Ninja Force or Ninja Commando Budo.
I don't remember that at all.
They were canceled 1995 releases.
No, 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 no. The Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah, from about I think it was 2022. They had a lot of quality. They had a lot of logistical stuff, but they delivered today, and I got the ones I wanted. Like I got each one because there were supposed to be 5 Ninja Commandos. I got all 5 of them. There were a couple other really cool characters, but these were the ones that I needed.
Sure.
Um, so this guy would have been Ninja Commando Storm Shadow.
Okay.
Um, there was a new character for Ninja Commando named Knockout.
Okay.
So very much in the tradition of like Bonsai with the
Yeah.
shirtless commando guy. And then there was going to be, of all things, a ninja road pig. So Ninja Commando road pig would have looked kind of like this.
Okay.
Um, very much so. These maintained the color schemes from those prototype figures.
Wait.
And then Ninja Commando Flint.
Huh. Yeah, I do not remember that Kickstarter at all.
Um,
I'm sure we talked about it on the show.
I mean, I'm a ninja. I love ninjas. So
Yeah.
like a whole new toy line of O-ring style ninja figures that are all like creative, like bursting with creativity. They've got some totally original characters. They've got some homage figures like these, and it's really amazing. And in my opinion, the Kickstarter rewards well worth the wait. Um,
Fantastic.
I'm very happy with those. So I know that after the Kickstarters were all sent out, they were going to have some available on their website. They're going to be, it's Whiskey Jack Toys.
Oh,
I know
okay.
they're going to be at Joe Fest in like a week or two,
Yeah.
whenever it is.
The,
It's soon. Um, so yeah, they came in today, and I'm like, oh, I've got to show them off on it. I even made a post about it on my Facebook and one of the 1990 to 1994 GI Joe group because I'm like, these guys they're my unofficial versions of canceled 1995 ninjas, and
yeah.
now I want somebody to make O-ring version, or now I want somebody to make military looking figures that are in color schemes from some of the canceled Battle Corps Battle Rangers.
Yeah.
Amazing. But I'm so happy to have Ninja Commandos 30 years after they were supposed to have been released by Hasbro. So
I'm just wondering how we didn't talk about I don't remember talking about it on the show, and it's unusual that we don't when we see a cool Kickstarter like that, we usually get the person on the show. So,
uh it may have been a matter of that I couldn't. Like early on, I know they were pretty small operation. They've got a Facebook group now that they launched last year. I think once to keep people updated on what was happening. Like they had quality issues, they had logistics issues, and I'll tell you what, when the product is as good as they are, what came the final product, in my opinion, completely worth the wait.
yeah.
But I would never want to deal with the amount of shit that these boutique kicks um toy lines that get crowdsourced, the amount of shit these organizers and these managers and all, that they have to deal with to make these concepts into toy reality. I could never, not without my head exploding from stress or just general, just the pressure of it. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
one of the things that I get from like folks that I work with on the ambulance. They see my stuff and they see the like pictures I get taken with like celebrities when I do the figures, and they're like, "How come you're not doing this for a living?" I'm like, "Because you have no idea how hard it is."
and because it's your hobby,
Yeah,
you don't want it as your job.
no,
Um, you couldn't make what you make if it was part of your job. You want your creative. You know what I mean.
yeah,
Plus, especially with these small these crowdsourced these kickstarted toy lines, they they have so many hoops to jump through
yeah.
that I don't. It's a wonder that they come together as well as they do with the amount of crap that because it's like inevitably that these things if they don't like their stops and starts and oh, it's got to be so frustrating. But
I can't imagine. I mean, we had Bill on from what is now Fresh. Well, it's not even. It is still Fresh Monkey Fiction, but it was this big bad workshop now. But I mean, when he did the Eagle Force, I mean, we hadn't even started doing the video shows yet when we had him on
oh,
that Eagle Force stuff. And it took 5 years, I think, for us to get the Eagle Force figures because of all the shit that he had to go through. And thank God he had the wherewithal to stick with it because we wouldn't be where we are with stuff like Operation Monster Force if that Eagle Force hadn't done so well. Um,
yeah, if Eagle Force had not been able to grow beyond what had been kickstarted, yes, you're right. There would be no Big Bad Workshop, no Operation Monster Force, no Crimson Moon, none of that because but Bill had a vision and he went with it and holy shit has it gone like
it's paid off.
yes, yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
All right, so what does JD have to open? I know what he has to open, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
I will start with well, okay, you pick. But I've got
I want,
let's see, Don Moreno Snake Eyes
yeah,
delivered today.
nice.
And
So looking forward to that. I think I
my
might order two on that so I can do a custom.
yeah, dude. Oh, Storm Shadow. Yeah. Um, and then I've got I do have the player two
Ooh,
coloration of Blanca from Street Fighter, despite what I said on a previous episode that I was going to resist buying the player two color scheme and I was just going to wait for the glow in the dark version.
glow in
Well,
the
what I
dark.
was looking at was the renders that were basically on Big Bad Toy Store. Shortly after that, I saw somewhere on Facebook, I think it was an overseas location, but they had player two Blanca in hand and they posted pictures. And when I saw just how vibrant the blue was compared to the renders, I'm like, oh shit, I actually do need it.
I
So
don't know how you are not a completist of this line. I would not be able to stop it. Like we've talked about this line a bunch of times because you've done tons of unboxings of these figures. This is not my cup of tea. I had no vested interest in this, to certainly not to the degree you do. But if I did, there is no way I would not be able to be a completist because every figure is just a work of art.
this is one of this is okay. You've got Operation Monster Force that I basically live vicariously through you because I only have the one, and you know. But I think the Street Fighter is my equivalent because I buy most of them, and you're like, I don't know how you just don't buy them all because they're really well done figures. Um, so all right, which one do you want me to unbox first? Pretty sure I know the answer, but which one?
I think you know the answer.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start with Don Moreno Snake Eyes.
Uh,
Um,
while he's opening that, JD had tried to touch up his player one and did not go as planned. So he is sending it to me and I am going to paint it. I am very much looking forward to
Yeah, I
doing
I
that.
don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to decide this needs some kind of a wash to bring out to make it brighter green. But whatever it was, whatever my idea was, it was not the results I got. I fucked it all up. So it's horrible. So I'm gonna send it to Brian. But I told him I'm only sending it under the condition that you go balls to the wall crazy with the paint job.
Yeah.
Don't try to match any sort of no, go full go figure customs treatment of this thing.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to
Yeah,
painting.
so I can't wait to see what you do with it. Because it will be um it it will be epic, and I will no longer be sad that I did this because somebody else can salvage it.
Yeah, no,
Um
it's so that's kind of our while JD opens that, that's kind of my tips and tricks. I do tips and tricks videos for customizing. This is what happens when you try and paint on factory paint. For whatever reason, I do not have an explanation for that. Most paints that you use as hobby paints, uh, regardless of brand, don't really work on factory paint very well. That's why I primer everything. It changes the texture somehow that makes your paints work a lot better. And washes especially on that hard slick plastic, it's it's a very slippery slope as you can see with JD's. And
Sometimes I can get it to work, but not in this case. Not this the aesthetics of this line don't need don't need that kind of shading, and it's because in my head I did it more artfully, more subtly, and it brings out it adds a pop of green, but in this case it added well, it was like neon poop. So
and that's I mean the to be quite honest with you, I don't if I had done the attempted the exact
here's
same
dog.
thing, oh man. If I did attempted the same thing that JD had attempted, I think my results would have been identical to JD's,
Um I
which
don't
tells you that primer your shit.
yeah, because I don't I think I was just I think I was I don't know. But oh well, live and learn, right? I have learned not to customize this line because they don't fucking need it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I've ever had to quote unquote fix or tweak on them aside of um like maybe gluing an accessory in the place or something, but that happens with every toy line ever.
Yes, it
But
does.
um here's Dawn before I pop the um yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the belt is too high up. I'm gonna have to glue it into place, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, she's really good. Um,
Yeah, I'm looking
uh,
forward to getting mine. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know if these are reused swords or not,
I
but
don't know.
these are the kind of swords that I needed in the classified line. They're not rubbery. They're not
Wow.
gummy. They're not metal. They're not deformed. They're not crooked. Um,
Nice.
Most of the ninja weapons are. And she actually has a new. Well, it's new with this figure. I don't know. I'm sure it'll get reused down the way, but the dual scabbards
It's got
with
a
the Arashikage.
logo on it.
Yeah. So, um, it's definitely better than the shitty scabbard that Kamakura and Quick Kick had. Um, I think it was Quick Kick. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty bad. But um, hey, the peg fits in the backpack peg fits in the backpack uh hole with no problem.
Sweet.
Um the articulation, none of it is super tight, none of it is loose. Um
I'd be curious to see what Jamie Tyndall has to say about it. He's got to be happy that his ideas have finally seen gotten an action figure.
Um,
He's at Denver Comic Con every year, so I'll see him next year.
yeah, he certainly did some of the definitive art of this character because
Uh,
she was she was uh she was created a while ago, and I kind of figured for a long time we've been saying Classified needs to bring Don Moreno Snake Eyes in, and we both were pretty sure that they would. I'm a little surprised it took this long, but at the same time, I'm glad because she's all new,
yes.
and so well, she may have been repaints earlier, but she's new. Um, let me. I do with the. Uh
Uh-oh, lose the head.
found it. All right. With I had to take the backpack off to fit the other head because she's got
Ah,
the wavy.
oh,
But yeah, here she is masked. Um,
nice.
so
Sweet.
yeah, yeah, she's oh yeah, this is fucking cool. Let me put one of the swords in her hand.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting that one. And that will be another
Sweet.
custom that I will be making, even though I say I don't do 6-inch customs.
Well, every once in a while, there's one that calls to you. I mean, well, you did a 4-inch version of the same, and so why not? And that was with an unofficial figure. That was like a kit. That was like a custom kit. This
Yeah,
time, Hasbro's like, "Hey, here's a 6-inch line. Here's a Don Moreno Snake Eyes officially."
yeah.
And the cool thing was that when that figure was announced, they announced it at a comic book store signing from Larry Hama himself. Like
Ah,
he got the first because it's his character,
yeah.
and it's like he got the first. So it was like a special announcement. It was awesome, and just a couple months later, here she is in hand, and yeah, she's really good. There's nothing. I have no issues with it. It's got all shitloads of custom potential, not just as Don Moreno Storm Shadow or Don Moreno, like alternate versions of Don Moreno and different
Right.
color schemes, but you could use these parts for just about any sort of ninja or,
Gonna say
you
the
know,
ribbing on the side is kind of reminiscent of Cobra Viper. So that would be she might
ooh,
make a good like female Cobra Viper.
oh, good idea. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
Um,
Now it looks like a fantastic figure. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting that one. I'm kind of surprised the big bet. I am kind of surprised and I'm kind of not. It's really a crapshoot on who gets stuff first, whether it's Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store. The only reason that I do Big Bad Toy Store is because I ship my stuff once a quarter. So it makes more sense for me to order from Big Bad Toy Store and just do one big load every 4 months.
and in this case, I went with Amazon because she was being released on her own, not as part of a wave.
Right.
And so it was easy. I'm like, all right, so I'll just get it whenever they send it. And um, oh man, she's got this cool like I don't know, like traction texture on her ninja shoes. Nice detail. Um,
I did get a also because I mentioned earlier that I got a pre Big Bad Toy Store is filling the pre-order for Overkill. They are also uh processing Airtight and Sundown.
ah, um, oh, you ordered Sundown too?
Yeah.
Sweet. I want that figure. I'm very curious what they'll do with the other characters in his file card backstory.
Yeah, me too.
Which is probably when I'll prioritize grabbing him. But
I have to wonder if Synapse is part of that then too.
ooh, yeah, I could. You know what? I could see it as a possibility.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, whatever it is, it's all new. So anybody with guesses of previously released stuff don't, because if the name Synapse isn't a dead giveaway that it's new, it's not going to be um yeah, it's going to be something unique. So
Yeah.
well, because they wouldn't be teasing it in a silhouette like that, because they did the same thing with
Sundown.
the sheriff. Yeah, Sundown. Um, everybody's assumption was it's Wild Bill, but I'm like, I don't think it would be a silhouette if it was just another version of Wild Bill.
I
So,
thought it was going to be Wild Bill, so I was wrong.
um, um, and so yeah, it's um, yeah, so it's probably new and it's probably going to be cool. And at some point, I'll grab Doctor Rockclaw. Is that his name with the dinosaur?
Yeah.
Right now, until then, I'm living vicariously through you on that one too.
Yeah, I had to hide it so my wife didn't steal my dinosaur.
Yeah, good call on that one, because the character's cool, but that dinosaur is integral into his character, and so no, you can't have it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike my kid
Unfortunately,
who stole my giant scorpion from Desert Scorpion, my firstborn
unfortunately,
has it.
dinosaur took a jump off the shelf, and
Yeah.
his his armor piece is somewhere.
Oh shit. Um,
So
damn it. That
it's
sucks.
yeah, it's probably within a 4 or 5 foot radius of wherever he hit the floor, but I haven't found it yet.
Oh, that's shitty. All right, I'll unbox Blanca. Um,
Ooh, all right. Well, twist my arm. Yeah.
Well, usually I exacto these things ahead of time, and then but Brian did the show prep. I did none. So, well, I had the figures back here with me, close enough.
Yeah,
Um,
there was just I don't usually do show prep, but man, there was just so
there was
much
just a
stuff
lot.
that
Um,
there was
we
like
didn't want to miss anything.
yeah, there's no way I was gonna remember it all.
I am an opener for all of this, and I always forget there's more than just a couple pieces of tape. I mean, it's fine, but
Alice.
oh, gotta cut the little plastic,
Yeah.
not ties, they're plastic bands that hold the figure into that secure it in the tray, and it's annoying.
One of my
Um,
Valaverse figures came with the little plastic things, but they weren't holding the figure in.
the hell?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen something like that. It's like the plastic ties are in there, but they weren't around the figure, which I thought was kind of weird.
The hell were they in there for that?
Just laying in they were through the holes, but the figure was not in it.
That's weird.
It is.
Um,
I've never seen that before in
all right.
the action
Same
figure.
electric pieces that the other Blanca came with.
Yeah.
Um, and then God, look at this blue.
Yeah, no, that's
Um, I don't, and I'm pretty sure that my shit camera on my mid grade, uh, low tier mid grade laptop is not capturing the color and doing it justice. Um,
yeah, we've tried to do the thing with the phones and the cameras on the computers, and man, it's just the logistics thought of getting it to work is just a pain in the ass.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Um, Brian has just enough patience to get it set up for his unboxings, but no, he's got more patience than I've got. This one again comes with the same Street Fighter video game background of
Nice.
Blanka's uh, home map location.
I think it's cool that they do that, that you can use the inserts um for like a if you had a shelf, you could do in you could put the inserts up and use them as a backdrop.
Yeah, I've seen a couple display. I've seen pictures of a couple displays that do that, and yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. I have not seen pictures like that, but I would imagine anybody with even the slightest bit of creativity can do something pretty cool with it.
All right, so this has in the uh in the in the low points on the musculature, like around the collarbone and in the shoulders, it has the faintest, slightly darker blue spray apps, and they it's sort of just enough to add definition,
Yeah.
and it's kind of what I was trying to do, and this one did it.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, look at that electric yellow hair.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Those are
Um,
not easy colors to work with.
no, but it's
Oh,
the
flexible.
hair. Yeah,
Nice.
the hair's from the same rubbery material that the previous blanket figure was, so no drop in quality there. Where'd it go? Yeah. Go side by side with my shitty paint apps and their better paint apps. Look at this.
Yeah. Nice.
Um, and of course, this one.
So where are they on the line? Are there ooh, nice.
The pre-orders are out for the last two character releases in the line, but there will probably be there will probably be variations still added to some characters down the line. But um, once T Hawk and Zangief ship, that will be the end of the character roster of
Okay. I
Super Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. Um,
was gonna say it's
Alternate
got to be
player
getting
two
pretty close.
color schemes will
Yeah,
probably happen for a lot of the characters.
I would imagine.
But
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
yeah, like Zangief, um, T Hawk, um, they need their player two schemes. E Honda needs it, Balrog needs it, Vega needs it. So I'm sure that they'll find cons and overseas releases and they'll get them out there.
Sure.
And then eventually they'll probably move on to one of the other Street Fighter games, which I think they're moving on to Street Fighter Alpha next. Like 2 years ago, they were announced and prototypes were shown,
Okay.
but it's in the same aesthetic style as the Street Fighter Alpha games, but it doesn't match the aesthetic style of Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
So any characters that Jada Toys brings out from Street Fighter Alpha, it's they're they're gonna I don't know that they're gonna match up with
That
the
was gonna be
Street
my
Fighter.
question is the alpha figure, how well will the alpha figures blend with these?
The characters that are uniquely styled probably will fit in with these guys, but like the remake characters like Ryu and Ken and Chun Li, they're not going to match. The figures are not going to aesthetically match with the Street Fighter 2 versions of those characters. But there may be some of the additional characters that were written into the story because I think Street Fighter Alpha is the precursor to the original Street Fighter.
Okay.
And so some of the characters from Street Fighter 2 turns out they were in the tournament before, and there were a lot of characters that were eliminated.
Sure.
So some of those characters, like Guile's former military battle buddy, Charlie that had an accident. He's in Street Fighter Alpha. That figure might match up with this line. Because I've seen pictures of like the Storm Arena versions of Charlie with the Jada Toys Street Fighter, and they match up to a point. Same with Zangief. But once those and T Hawk, but once those Jada Toys figures are there, I think the Jada version of Charlie might work. But like Chun Li and Ryu, they're
Yeah,
not gonna.
gotcha.
So it'll be interesting to see if there's any that grab my attention there. I know there's a couple characters in alternate in the same kind of karate gis that Ryu, Ken, and Akuma wear. Like there's a guy named Dan and there's a guy named Guy. Um, they wear the same sort of. So those guys, I hope I can mix, but in with the Street Fighter too. But I don't know. Maybe that's another rabbit hole I don't need to go down either. So,
I don't know.
well, because I didn't play Street Fighter Alpha, it was after my time playing video games, but I would keep up with it through like gaming magazines and stuff, or like pop culture in general. So I'm like, so I would sort of look from a distance, but I'm like, still Street Fighter and still grab my attention.
Sure.
Just not, just I'm not a gamer. Pokemon Go on my phone is it for me. Words with friends, they are it for me. That is the extent of my gamerness.
Yeah, mom
Um,
was mentioning that recently. That
um,
still plays Words with Friends with you.
oh yeah, yeah, we got a good streak going. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, no, those are fantastic figures. Like I said, I almost got the Cammy figure because I liked that character, but I'm like,
her player two version is out, so she's got the silver leotard
I thought it
and
was
the silver
blue.
camo on her legs, and the beret and the gauntlets are pink.
I thought her player two was leotard was blue for some reason.
Nope. Player two Guile is blue. Um,
Huh.
and yeah, player two Cammy, yeah, silver leotard, pink beret. Um,
Huh. Okay. I have not seen that figure. I yeah, I didn't know
I
that.
don't have that one. That's one of the player two versions I don't have. I may grab her at some point. Um, but I don't need it. Some of the player twos like Chun Li, she was necessary. And once I
Thank you.
once I saw the production versions of Blanc, I'm like, oh, he's necessary. Um, but like I don't need player two Sagat. I don't necessarily need player two Vega. Um, but yeah, I'll pick and choose. And however they get the San Diego Comic Con exclusives were announced, and there's two for Street Fighter. The player two version of Akuma, who was the final boss added to the game, the and and then the rest of it is an accessory pack with alternate beat up head sculpts
Oh no.
for all 16 or no, all 17 characters.
Oh wow.
So the play again screen where they're all like because they got their asses kicked captured perfectly in the sculpts. It's fucking amazing. So they all come with
Brilliant.
alternate hands and all come with uh the beat up head sculpts for all the characters for $50. It isn't anything I need because for because I don't I love the alternate heads. I love that they're included, but I don't necessarily need them. But for the completists and for the display guys, dude, I'm tempted. I'm like,
I know that's a brilliant idea. I
really cool.
thought of that. That is awesome idea. And I looked on Big Bad Toy Store. I didn't see the player two cami. So
Um,
is it an exclusive?
uh, she may have been. Some of the player two figures have been exclusives.
I noticed that.
Um, oh, Dawn's pistol does not fit in this holster worth a shit. It is so loose that like it's not even like a dab of super glue will reinforce the holster. No, it's just not going to fucking fit. which sucks because it's got the loop on the front of it for the suppressor or whatever this thing
Yeah.
is.
Silencer,
So
compressor, yeah.
yeah, this little pistol, um, by um,
Yikes. All right.
so yeah, really annoying. Otherwise, otherwise, this Don Marino Snake Eyes is goddamn phenomenal, and I'm glad I have it.
No, I think it's phenomenal that they got that figure out, and we've said it half a dozen times on just this episode alone that nothing's off the table for classified line. So whether it's a real American hero or any of the other GI Joe toy lines or the comic books or the cartoons, and it doesn't matter who made the comic book,
or the cartoon, because
yeah, or the cartoon.
the Dusty version 3 is also known as the Deke version of Dusty. So, um, wherein he had a different personality than Sunbow, and he had Sandstorm, who was the new version of
Junk,
Mutt for
yeah,
for pet
yeah,
shenanigans. Um, so not Mutt,
junkyard,
Junkyard.
yeah.
Um, um,
And the San Diego Comic Con exclusive for this year just proves that. I mean, it's all of it is from the Sunbow cartoon. Both
yeah,
are Sunbow cartoon figures, and
yes, and one is going to be much more difficult to get a hold of than the other, I think. But you're right; they're both. So we have this modern comic character that was for uh, created for comics, and then more exclusives that are cartoon stuff.
it makes me wonder how much the guys that make those figures look at what customizers are doing, because I did a Cadet Deming figure, what, 2 years ago, and I did a Mara figure last
uh,
year.
you did Cadet Deming 5 years ago, sir. 5 years ago.
Okay. Okay, my wife's laughing at me.
Maybe it was 6 years ago.
Okay.
It was not in the recent past. Mara was
Last year, wasn't it?
last year because because her and Splinter Viper were here. You were here. We did our
Yeah.
challenge customs in person. So
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I did Mara last year, and they made a Mara in the Reaction Plus line last or just recently. So
yes, and I expect anytime that Mara from the Sun will that she will get the classified treatment because we're getting no place like Springfield Shipwreck and no place like Springfield Cadet Deming. So at the very least, we're going to get the mermaid version of her,
yeah,
if not, not the mermaid, the underwater version of her with the
yeah.
bubble helmet and the gills. If we don't get if we don't get the version from There's No Place Like Springfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, the people that make the Joe line, they're pretty big nerds, and I love them.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I we will do. I need to see the what. So our plan was to do our top 10 picks, our top 10 requests for the classified line. We're going to do an episode every year, um, to see what we want, what is going to get made, and what did get made, and if any of those cross over. And I need to see when we did our last episode because I think it's at the end of the year. So
yes.
I she Mara will be going on my
Oh, the wish list? Yeah. Um, um,
yeah, I need to see when we did our wish list episode so we can.
yeah, in fact, Dawn Moreno, Snake Eyes, I don't think she was on my 2025, the end of 2025 wish list. but I know she was on the end. She was on my end of 2024 classified wish list. So hey, we got Don Moreno Snake Eyes.
And I'm pretty sure Toxo Viper was on my 2025 list. So
I'm pretty sure he was. Because once we had the Frag Viper, you already wanted the Toxic Viper, but once we had the Frag Viper, you were like, well, now I fucking need a Toxo Viper. And then they announced the Hydro Viper. You're like, I fucking need one of those too.
I
And then
saw
they announced the Toxo Viper. You're like, what's that?
I saw a high def picture of the Hydro Viper today. Somebody got one in hand.
Yeah,
Holy shit, it looks amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All the I notice it's very textury, which is
yeah.
very cool. Um,
Which is the reason I have not done a custom.
yeah, you're right because male or female Hydro Viper, both of which you and we have together tried to hammer out ideas. And it always comes down to there's too many textures and it's just too much sculpting,
Yeah.
and you are not prepared to do that kind of sculpting, nor
No,
do you fucking want to.
no.
So,
Uh,
because it is like fish scale sculpting,
yeah.
like like for like a whole vest or a whole rebreather and a whole, it's like
I
no,
have
and
all the
plus the
accessories.
flippers and shit. Fuck no.
I have all the accessories. Carnage did a set,
Ah, okay. So,
and I
but
have the
no,
accessories for it, but I cannot replicate the scales, and I'm not even going to try. And that's the reason
if
I've never done
somebody should 3D print like the Hydro Viper vest so
torso.
that people don't have to sculpt it for their customs. Um,
Believe me, if I knew how to do the digital sculpting, that'd be one of the things on my to-do list would be female Hydro Viper torso.
um, I'm I'm assuming you have the Hydro Viper pre-order, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
I pre-ordered. I any of the specialty Vipers. I think I
I was
get.
gonna say it'd be weird if you didn't. That's why I'm like, I'm just presuming.
I think I've gotten. I think I pre-order usually two because that is still one of the that is the one thing that I still get one to keep on the card is the specialty Vipers.
Um,
Nothing else do I buy two of anymore like I used to. Not
um,
not Operation Monster Force, not anything else GI Joe, nothing Star Wars, nothing. The only thing that I buy two of to keep one on the card is the specialty Vipers.
you know, if Operation Monster Force existed 8 or 10 years ago, or any toy line that captured all of the horror elements together in 4 inch, like that you would have army built the shit out of everything in that line
Yeah.
a decade ago.
Yeah.
Like if zombie soldiers, vampire soldiers, you would have army built the shit out of that.
Yeah.
It's just there was no market for it yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, no, it's like I said, the wave three is dropping soon. Um, so probably 1st of July. Hopefully we'll be doing an unboxing of wave three.
I
Nice.
I'm gonna assume. Look, Blanca, you're awesome, but Don Marino's gonna win this fight. Pretty
Man,
sure.
I don't know. That's a fight I would pay to watch right there. Don
Um,
Marino versus Blanca. Yeah, I don't know.
oh man, my shit camera can't do it justice, but this head sculpt is fucking great.
Yeah, it looks great. Is
She is she is. This figure is really well done. I
that going on the top 10 acquisitions of the year list?
I think it's pretty likely she is. And you know, this is one of those cases where I'm like, this was worth the wait. And it makes me glad that we didn't actually get her earlier in the line, even though I was surprised at the time that we weren't. Um, this was, man, yeah, this is one great figure. I, I predict at least one. repaint of this as Don Moreno itself, if not if not three or four other characters that use parts of this. But
Yeah.
yes, I am pretty sure that we are going to get some repaint of Don Moreno because they can and they should. I'd
Uh,
be very
does
curious to see
the,
what this character would look like in like environmental color schemes type, but
does the Ninja Force Scarlet use any of those parts? Do you think?
honestly, I don't think so. Looking at as much as closely as I've looked at the renders and the photos of those, I think I think she may reuse Zorana's lower arms, like Zorana, not Zanya, Zorana.
Okay.
And I think she uses uh the lower torso and the legs off Retro Scarlet and Quarrel. So,
Ah,
and I think the rest of it is new.
all right.
Um,
I'm
so
still
and
disappointed. I
Dawn is
forgot about that.
definitely all new. So,
Sweet.
um, yeah. Um, I yeah, this is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, Larry Hama's got to be tickled when he sees toys of things like this come out because
Let's see. I've got one that I'm going to unbox. I am not even going to begin to try and pronounce this guy's name
oh
because it's actually two different characters, but the name that they've given this guy is not pronounceable, so I'm not even going to try. But
oh that's that guy. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's
yeah,
him.
that's the
That's
one.
him.
Yeah. The four horsemen, man, those guys know how to put a figure together.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. They're you know what? They're pretty good at what they do.
yeah,
Um,
they're phenomenal. I got that
yeah,
Frankenstein deluxe figure. I should have unboxed that on the show just because of how fucking amazing that was. It came with gimmicky packaging too, which just made it that much better. Um, and then I got the Skeleton Knight guy, which is
oh
which
yeah.
which I
Oh
mentioned.
yeah, you did show him off on the show.
Yeah, which I mentioned
He
was
was
based on a Dungeons and Dragons figure that was just a solid chunk of plastic when I was a kid. And
yeah,
then
that shit was wicked.
I unboxed Koi on the show last week, which was one that Monty had on the show or had and was taking pictures of, who was a guest of ours when I was last year when I was back with JD. But I came across this one and I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
Oh,
last time we did the show, Namor was still in package. Here he is out of the package. I have no idea why Namor looks this way, but I can't
oh,
tell you how surprised I was at how big a fan I am of this figure because
that's a lot of
I'm
mess.
not a Namor fan.
Jesus, Jesus.
And the figure in the package, he's got more going on armor wise. Like he's got arm guards and shin guards, unlike Namor, who's usually just a guy who's naked except for his trunks. I don't know why he looks like this, but I was surprisingly uh taken with this figure once it was opened, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do like Namor. I mean, maybe Namor had potential. I think I was just waiting for him to be cool, and
That's a
this
lot
is
of
him
mascara for
because
somebody that lives under the water.
uh, wait, what's that?
I said that's a lot of mascara for somebody that lives under the water.
Well, it's waterproof. What do you want? Uh, it's salt waterproof. God damn it!
Oh, cool.
Clearly, um,
So we've got the two big shoulder pads. So it's an orc, but it has like a minotaur head, and I'm gonna switch it out for the minotaur head because that's
oh yeah, I saw the Minotaur head in the package, and I wanted to see more of that. It looks. I didn't realize it was Minotaur. I'm just like, ooh, bullhead. I wanted to see it.
yeah, it's two different characters, but it's like the discount figure, so you only have to buy it once. You just swap the heads,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
isn't it?
Does it have cloven feet?
It does. So
Oh my god, I Oh my god, I want that figure. I hate you. I
So
hate you,
it
you
has
son of a
helmet
bitch.
feet for the Minotaur, and then it has regular feet for the orc.
You son of a bitch.
And these
Dude,
guys, these
all
the
right, when you're here in September, we're gonna fight because I'm pissed at you right now. Don't sell me on Mythic Legion figures. I can't afford this shit.
I know. Oh man. So yeah, there's a like
How annoying is this? Um,
armored piece for the.
no, you almost got me with the koi guy, but damn it, the Minotaur guy might have gotten me.
It's got interchangeable armor for the neck.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I mean these things are fantastic, dude.
Well, in theory, like peripherally, I know this, but minotaurs and like anthropomorphic bulls and cows in mythology are just something that I always appreciate and bison. So I didn't realize that this existed till I
I
saw
just
this, and now
yeah,
you're showing it off, and I'm like, fuck, I want this figure.
I just stumbled across it and said the same thing. I'm like, fuck, I want this figure. And so I got a decent deal. The horns are articulated. Are you kidding me?
The horns are articulated,
Yes.
like so he can adjust his stabbing angle without breaking his neck.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Yeah. No, it's
So mythologically, like that works for me. That holy shit. I didn't know Minotaurs needed articulation, but now that is a canon detail in my head for Minotaurs. They must have adjustable horns.
it's got two
Dude,
pieces. I'm
that's amazing.
not sure what they do. Yeah, some of this stuff I don't know what the parts are for. So I've got stuff that looks like it maybe holds accessories. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at a review of somebody else's review because yeah, I really should look at this stuff before I open it, but I don't.
No, that's why we like doing unboxing videos. And this is what, oh, wow. Well, that'll cave the skull in pretty easily.
Yeah, so he comes with that nice like mace morning star, or mace. I guess it's a mace. A nice sword, uh, and then this like cool staff.
Whoa,
Yeah, and then it,
interesting.
yeah, so
Huh,
it's stuff hanging off the staff and
interesting.
two sets of hands. So the hands that are on it, and then there's a set of hands in the box. But
Are they just different poses for the hands, or are they different kinds of hands?
uh, they are different poses for the hands.
Oh, okay. He didn't have like two more cloven hand hooves or something.
No,
Like he's not articulated well enough to go down on all fours anyways, I'm
oh,
guessing,
I
right?
missed something. There's a
What's
tail.
that? Oh shit. Oh, god damn it. I do want this figure now. I hate you. Um, you son of a bitch.
I'm just glad that these guys aren't making 4-inch figures because I would have to have them all.
Yeah.
Because these one here and a one here and again. I mean, like I said, this is my fourth figure from these guys ever. So, I'm not no, I guess fifth because Marcus sent me one that I customized.
Yeah.
He sent me that female vampire knight, but they have like a sci-fi line as well that has I've got one of those too. So I guess
Oh, the Cosmic Legion guys.
yeah. So the between the Mythic Legions and the Cosmic
Wait,
Legions,
which Cosmic Legion do you have?
I have a female armored figure. She's like black stealth armor. Um
Oh, like the spacesuit.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I don't actually know where she is right now that I think about it.
Well, because I don't remember unboxing that. I
I
just
didn't because they did a mail away for the a head pack. So they had a redhead he-
Oh, okay.
with
Oh,
that
all right.
with that specific armor, and then an interchangeable so she comes the mail away came with comes with two heads that hasn't shipped yet, but I got the figure ahead of time because I was worried that if I waited till the head pack came out, I would miss the figure. So I have the
Yeah,
figure. I didn't unbox it because I was waiting for the head pack to ship.
so you could have the redhead
Yeah,
figure.
yeah. But I don't actually know where that because I don't remember putting that figure up on the display, and I know I opened it, so I don't actually know where she is right now.
Yeah,
She may
Brian's
be,
a Scarlet guy. I'm a Lady J guy. So,
she
um,
may be on the deck of the flag because that's where stuff goes when I don't have a spot for it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look for it after the show because I don't know actually know where it is.
dude, stop showing this off. You're just it's like the devil trying to make a deal with me to play the fucking fiddle or something. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
no,
showing this.
it's fantastic. They did a their sculpting is amazing. The articulation is fantastic. I mean, just look at that. That is literally it's a beast. Literally and figuratively.
Oh, I
Man.
forgot to do I forgot to show off Don Moreno with the Snake Eyes Uzi.
Ah.
So
Wait,
all
Steam
right, yeah.
books.
There she is with the iconic Snake Eyes Uzi, which
Ooh.
I'm not sure Don Moreno Snake Eyes needs, but I am of the opinion that Snake Eyes does need an Uzi. And anytime Snake Eyes comes out with something besides an Uzi, I'm fine with that. But over the years, there were many Snake Eyes figures released. We had a buddy whose online handle was Snake Eyes version 54 because at the time that was absurd,
Yeah.
and we never thought there would be 54 fucking versions of Snake Eyes, but there were, and that was surpassed in like 2010 or something. But so Snake Eyes has had many figures over the years. Sometimes they had Uzi, sometimes they didn't. I always made sure that he had an Uzi, but so it works with her. But her version of Snake Eyes, I feel like, does need something small and compact, like a submachine gun of some sort, but not necessarily the Snake Eyes. But it looks nice. It's Steeler came with the same one though. I was happy he came with it, as he should. Um,
All right. I think that's about it for this. This is gonna be a long episode.
yeah, this is going to be a long episode.
We had a shit
Um,
ton to talk about, and we each had something cool to unbox. So, and Alice is being a little idiot. So
hey, leave my niece alone.
yeah,
She takes after me. God damn it. Um,
he does.
Also an idiot.
Yeah. She's got
Um,
two brain cells fighting for third place. So
um, hey,
he
yeah,
is.
I can identify. Um,
Yeah.
but all
But
right, let me
big
know
gentleman,
how you like Disclosure Day after you see it.
yeah, we're going tomorrow. We
Yeah,
you
I've
see,
heard mixed things. I kind of want to see it, but I don't know that I want to go see it. So I want the opinion of you and your better half, much better half.
absolutely. We did go
So
see Masters of the Universe.
I saw it with my firstborn.
Yeah, you mentioned that on the show.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
but we went a couple days ago. We enjoyed it. We thought it was pretty good.
did you?
We
Did
stayed
you?
through the
Did,
credits.
I was gonna say, did you? Did you? Okay. But I, anytime people get up and walk out of movies anymore, I'm always like, has Marvel taught you people nothing?
Yeah.
Stay for the credits just in case. But okay.
Yes, we stayed for the credits. The hint at the next potential movie was something that interested my wife very much. So I'm not going to spoil it in case people haven't seen it as of yet. We will maybe talk about that on another episode.
I'm as big a fan as that part of the franchise as I am. And so I really hope that that happens sometime. But looking at the box office of this movie, I don't know if it's going to happen. But
That's what I asked Emily after we got done watching it if she had seen what how the box office was doing, because unfortunately that does tend to be a huge predictor on movies if they get sequels or not.
yeah,
Because there's been movies two right off the top of my head that I thought should have gotten sequels and did not. One was the Miami Vice movie, which
never saw that.
was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Um, and it did not do well in the theaters, and did not get a sequel. And the A-Team movie, um,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good. I saw that. That
I
was really
absolutely
good. And
fucking love
and
that movie. And it,
that definitely did warrant a sequel.
I mean, the cast in that was just spectacular. And yeah, it did not get
Is
a
there nothing Liam Neeson can't do? Um,
right. I mean,
um,
I will watch that. I will sit down and watch that movie anytime. Anytime. I've seen that I don't know how many times. I love that fucking movie. And yeah,
I
didn't get
saw it in the theater. I may have seen it on DVD later, but I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch it at some point.
I did not see it in the theater. I was overseas. So I got a bootleg of it, I think. And Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Alice is just being an idiot.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
some
I don't
second
hear it,
barking.
so
That's good. So at least it probably won't be on the show. All right. So anyway, that's about all we got for this particular episode. It's been a long one. Thanks for watching. Uh
thanks everybody. Yeah, good stuff.
yeah, as always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if you're going to go to RetroCon this year. We are going to, both JD and I are going to be there. Some of our previous guests are going to be there with us. And we do plan on podcasting from the show at some point in time. Probably maybe Saturday night. I don't know. We will probably try and do a podcast from the show at some point.
Yeah,
Um, uh, and I think that's about it for this particular episode. So, as always, thanks for watching.
thanks everybody.